Hey guys, welcome back. This is the second part of the video. I'm just going to show while I'm still here in the back. So you got your nice little center console, so I can sit here comfortably with my mugs. I can cool drinks. If I grab one of these here that's closed. See, what's nice about this one is it's also got these little tabs here to actually keep your cool drink so it doesn't move around too much, especially if you're going to be having kids, which I think the majority of people that are going to be having these type of cars probably will have kids, and more than likely multiple kids. So that's a nice thing to do. Okay, we're just going to move this back. Okay, what's nice as well is that you got these proper holders. Let's move this side. They actually gave this to me so that I could have a look for any of this stuff, but I know majority of this, so I'm not even going to bother about that. And then inside there is a nice place where you can store your stuff. You got your little holder there at the bottom. Obviously you got your USB port so you can charge your cell phones, and then you got your little air vent at the back, which is nice and cool, so everyone can have a bit of wind so that it's not too hot in here. Speaking about that, today's actually a very humid day, so it is actually hotter than I would have expected. If I go to this one, we're going to open. You can all do this voice activated. Now you see just doing it a little bit will open you just that much. If you press it again, then it moves it all the way, and then you have a nice opening. And I mean, it is open quite big. I'm going to quickly step out, step out the car quickly. Oh yeah, what I also quite like are the little touches like this, these little lights. They, in the daytime, they don't look very bright, but surprisingly at night they've got actually quite a bit of brightness to them. Okay, get your stitching. One thing that I was impressed about as well was this tailgate. I mean, you can obviously set the tailgate as well. I actually had a look at that. You can set your tailgate to as high as you want. It's got a nice opening, a nice space. Your seats, press it, fold it. That's a nice bit of space that you can have there. So you can either have a 7-seater with a small boot, which is unfortunate. Oh, here's a parcel shelf. I did not know that it came with a parcel shelf, because that was the biggest thing that people were complaining about. No parcel shelf because they're worried about their stuff being stolen. But it looks like there is one. Okay, so you can either have a 7-seater with small boot and space for kids at the back, or a proper practical 5-seater. So it does depend on what you require. But you know what? It's nice having the option. Now we're going to just pull this up, bring these seats back. What's nice is, yeah, you can actually hook your seatbelt in there, so you don't have to worry about it getting caught. Now what's nice is, because of the design and there's a bit of space here, won't get caught anyway. But if you're going to be loading something, might as well keep it out of the way. So just move that back, and then I'm going to grab this one and pull that there. And then we're going to grab the little button, presser, and that is locked. That is so nice. So yeah, also the panoramic sun view from the top, and it's got the little shield to protect it. Yeah, and obviously you've got your cameras. You'll see that you've got your little side cameras over there for your lane keep assist, as well as telling you that, where is it? Can everyone see the little emblem? There, you can see it. If there's a car. Now, the first time I got into that and had to drive it, I was a little bit weird. It felt very weird doing that. Okay, let's climb back into the car. Move everything across. Okay, now I'm going to quickly do a little tutorial about what I've spotted with this one. So I'm not going to do too much about this, because if you've watched my T4, from what I've seen, this looks almost identical. The only real difference that I spotted was under vehicle settings, where your auxiliary, was it auxiliary or AC, was the auto defog, which is a nice feature. I mean, come on, it is quite like, whereas the T4 doesn't have that. I'm not too sure about the T7. I think the T7 is identical to this, that it has this. But I mean, you've got your lights, which is your ambience. I've changed all of these settings as well. I've actually been fiddling around and playing a bit, so I like doing normal stuff and having it changed as well. So I've got it set to the music. Obviously your intelligent keys with intelligent open, intelligent key, and intelligent lights. So I know a lot of people wanted to switch those type of things off. You can, for safety reasons, that they wanted to have it that they wanted to press the button themselves to unlock it because they were skeptical, or if your car stays in a garage and your key is very close to the garage. Some people don't want that set up and they want to be physically nearby. But yeah, the rest of the stuff I've had a look is basically the same as the normal, so I'm not even going to really get into that. But what I am going to get into is the actual screen here itself. So let me just close this door here and try to get it. Okay, so what I've realized as well is the difference is with this keypad. Whereas on the T4, you press it in and you've only got the left and right. Whereas this one, you've also got the up and down. And then obviously you got your radar and all that. So as well as you got your auto on and off over there for your driving. Okay, so let's quickly move to here. So I spotted when you've got your normal stuff. So anyway, this screen, I'm going to place this right here. Now, obviously the people that are aware know that if you take too long, it takes you out of the screen. Okay, so we go in using the center button. Now you can change your stuff. So you've got your driving. There's the maintenance that you guys would have seen the video I selected yesterday. You can do your change, your kilometers and your liters, your ESC for your electronic stability control. So I would suggest that you do that, especially if you're not if you're a novice driver. Keep that on. Rather not switch that off. Then you've got your fatigue, which just select down, then you can change it to an hour. You can select how long you want to have it on. Yeah, honestly, I'm not going to be bothered about that. Let's quickly go back. Come on, up. All right, switch off. Driving. Go. There, on. So they're on, and then you can select to change the times. So select the times by going to the right, and then you'll see it'll change your time. The maximum, if I'm not mistaken, is 4 hours. I just want to double check if this one is the same. Yep, this one is 4 hours, but yeah, I'm not going to be bothered about that. Okay, now every time you select something, obviously you see it'll take you out. So we're going to go there. You've got fatigue. You've got your alarm. Now this is a speed alarm. So if you are going to certain places, example, like we're going down to Durban at the end of the month. So rather do that and then make sure that when you've got it, you don't have a accident problem and you accidentally go faster than what you should be. You can see obviously this one is selected for 130. I'm going to switch this one off. There you are. So like I said, every time you select it, it'll take you out of the menu. Alarm is off. Okay, that is my liters to kilometers. Your AFE. So basically your average fuel consumption, as you can see, it's there. Okay, now driving. Yeah, and then these are my kilometers, my trips, and my boogie back to maintenance. Okay, we're gonna go in and select the button so we can go back to your main screen. So by pressing up. Okay, now here's faults. So if there's any issues, obviously it'll come up there and tell you, but since this is a new car, we've got no issues. Languages. Come on. Okay, so now we've got the languages. You can go and change. I don't really want to fiddle this because the languages will probably be Chinese and that, and if I change it, I'm not going to be able to get it back. So right now I'm just going to leave it as there. There is a space-time theme, which I'm trying to have a look at how to change it, but I don't think there's actually a way. I think maybe they might change it at a later stage where you could add it and have it a different style, but for now I haven't been able to see anything. Yeah, and we're back to driving. That's actually all we basically got that side. Okay, then we've got this over here. Like I said, you can scroll across. There's my DTE. your IFC, which is obviously your instant fuel consumption, your average fuel consumption, your trip kilometers. What your tires are currently sitting at is, I see the one side is a bit higher than the other. I'll go get that sorted out a bit later. Then you've got your lane. So I've been trying to fiddle out with this. I think if where is this? There. You set your limit. Okay. So by pressing the res up button, then you can set your limit on for what you want. So I reckon, you know what, I'm sure there's got to be an off button or off limit. Okay, so if you're doing your cruise control, your limit is 150 to 30. Okay, yeah. Look, one thing I've got to say as well is that I think the graphics are, out of all of them, are awesome. And then, I forgot to show you guys this as well. So you've got your modes for your sports. So sticking it in there, you've got your normal mode, which is a beautiful blue. You've got your sports mode, which obviously makes everything red and racy and all that. And then you've got your eco, which is a turquoise. So obviously you're chilled, you're relaxed, you know, you're not going to be driving too much. I'll just turn this limit off there. One other thing that I found extremely cool about this car is this little button here. So if you have a look at it, it looks like a little camera, AVM. If I press that, it gives me this. So welcome to AVM system, check your surroundings. Now here you'll see there's a bunch of different buttons. So you've got a 2D view, there's a 3D view, which is quite cool. So if I put my indicator on, you'll see how it rotates and actually shows you the car, which I reckon that is awesome. And when I was doing mid-range area and mid-range driving, it was helpful because people can't drive. Okay, then we obviously got a front view, so we can have a look what's going on. Obviously, you can also look at the windscreen. But what is, I reckon, going to be quite cool is when you're reverse parking, is you've got a nice, proper view camera. I reckon this thing's probably got a 360